Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we would do a forest chat. I haven't done a forest chat in quite a while, and I have a lot I want to talk to you guys about my life and just kind of where I'm at mentally, emotionally, and just some things that I've come to the conclusion of in my life, I guess. And I'm making this video to see if there's anybody else out there that feels this way. On my last video that I posted about taking drastic measures, where I was talking about how I'm deleting social media and shopping apps and things like that, I had a lot of people kind of tell me they felt similar and that video resonated with them. So that's why I'm making this video, because my tarot card for 2023 was Judgment, and I'm telling you guys, this has been a judgment slash death year. It's been all about rebirth. It's all been about new beginnings, and I'm really coming to all of these kind of big I don't know, conclusions, like epiphanies in my life that I've never really had about things of this kind of manner. So yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. Hopefully you guys can see the beautiful blue sky. It is gorgeous today. We're out in the woods, in the forest, which is my home, which is something I am so grateful for every day, and I try to practice gratitude for every single day. Yeah, so I don't really know where to begin. This might be a little bit of a long, chatty video. I haven't done a forest chat with you guys in a long time. And yeah, so definitely relax, grab a snack, all of that good stuff, because it's gonna be a long one today. So I've just been really thinking about stuff lately, material, physical items, and how there's this constant feel, I guess it's FOMO, or just feeling like you need things that you don't truly need. They're more of a want, right? And there's nothing wrong with wanting things. I love beautiful, pretty things. And I have a house full of beautiful, pretty things. And I think that's just where I'm getting to this place where it's like I have more than enough, right? There are people who only need certain things, right? And this book I was reading recently really kind of helped me with this conclusion as well, but it's called Divine Rivals. It's really, really beautifully written and so good, and there's kind of two different things that happened to me while reading this book. I was reading, it's like a romance kind of story, but it's set in, I don't know if it's like either the 40s, 50s, or 60s, somewhere around there. I don't think it specifies, but it's in a time frame where they only have typewriters to write with, and it's about these journalists, and it's really good. But I was kind of reading it, and I was like, I need all of these journals and things to write in, and, because I'm a writer myself, and I was like, I need all these new stationery items. And I kind of was like feeling that overwhelmed just reading this book, right? Which I find myself doing that in a lot of aspects of life, where I am influenced by something. Everything in life is like an influence to buy something, it seems like, half the time. And then I was like, wait a minute. So I found my work gave me a little notepad for free for like Cashier Appreciation Month, and I used crafts and stickers and things I already had, and I made it feel really magical, something I already had. So now I have this, like, that kind of need was filled with something I already had. Then the book was making me think, people can function and live and be happy and fulfilled. We have so many big ravens around here. If you hear that cawing, they're so gorgeous. Anyways, in this book, these people don't need a lot of things to survive. They're happy and fulfilled with just a few things. Like the main character, she has to go kind of a long ways away from home, and she only brings a few special things with her. She brings like her typewriter to write with, obviously, and she brings, her mother's locket that means a lot to her, and that's like a sacred thing. And like she only has like a few outfits that are given to her by her work, so it's like she only has a few items to her name, but it's those little things that kind of make wherever she goes feel like home, right? And I have more than that, right? I have the things that feel special to me times 10 because I have so much stuff now. Not, when I moved to this home, which is my home, the first home that my husband and I have owned, it's ours, I didn't bring a lot of stuff with me. I did a huge declutter in our previous place so that what I was bringing into this place was more intentional, and I definitely feel that for sure. I have brought in more things since we moved in, obviously, and a lot of it is intentional, some not, but I do feel like I am already on that course of bringing only intentional things in my house, of course. But I have so much, right? Like I was saying, I have more than enough. I am abundant, right? Abundant is like more than enough. I've talked about possibly doing some kind of a no-buy next year, and I've like flirted with the idea. I've like, well, maybe I'll just buy a few decks here and there off like certain publisher websites, and I've kind of like played around with different things, and we'll see how I feel closer to the new year. But now I'm leaning more towards kind of doing a more stricter no-buy, but I feel like all of that stuff is happening naturally without me having to make a lot of rules for myself. I feel like it's just kind of leading to that path without me having to, again, like specify what I'm going to buy and not going to buy. I have enough magical tools and items in my house to last a lifetime. I really do. If it, like I keep like doing these things where I'm imagining if I had to leave and get up and go and only could take like 1 or 2 decks with me, I would be happy with that. It's better than nothing. And so I'm trying to live my life more in that way of like using what I have, like pretending I don't even have an option to buy anything else because I have everything I need in my house, right? Like even today, like this outfit, I've been looking at different witchy kind of clothes and stuff to buy, especially because I'm trying to lose more weight and stuff, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I keep imagining myself in this like flowy witchy outfit, and I'm like, I have that. And just being intentional with things I already have. Like I really wanted to be intentional with my jewelry. Like that's something that's important to me, is like using things I have. I already have enough. I have so much beautiful jewelry I've acquired over the past few years that are magical and are like amulets to me, and it means something to me. And that I infuse my intentions with. Like I have Evil Eye on today for protection. I have rose quartz on for self-love, which again, we're going to talk about self-love in a minute. And then I have little butterflies for transformation. So things like that. Just, I guess kind of what I'm wanting to talk about in this video, and the main topic is intention, and infusing intention and ritual, and making things more special. Just infusing that into every little mundane piece of life and things that I already have, right? I was talking about how I have so many oracle decks and beautiful things, and I could take any deck off of my shelf and make it feel magical by giving it intention and giving it attention, and focusing all of my kind of time on that one thing, and I could make any of my decks feel like that, right? As long as they work with me and all that. Some decks, I work with energy, and so it's like they don't vibe with me. That's fine. But I have more than enough to last a lifetime. And, like, I am so grateful. I recently, last night I really, like, cleaned up my office and just made it look beautiful, and I put some new decor and stuff in there, and I am so grateful. Like, if I went back and told my past self from 3 years ago what we have now, I don't think I would have believed it. I would have been like, how did we get there? I don't understand. I just want to be more creative and make things and write and focus on my physical health. I'm somebody who, like, I don't know if I have ADHD. Sometimes I wonder if I do, but I focus on so many things at once. I'm also a Gemini, so that's part of it. But, like, I'm in my head a lot. I'm thinking of so many different things. Like, my mind does not shut up. So I'm, like, always overwhelmed with my own thoughts and, like, things I want to do and projects I want to complete, and always like that. Like, always have hands in like 10 different things, and that's just a part of myself that I've had to try and accept. But focusing on like one main thing at a time, and that being kind of my main goal, is important for me, because if I try to do too many things at once, I get really overwhelmed. So my kind of main goals at this point are losing weight. You know, as I get older, I'm 26. I feel like I've kind of wasted and neglected years of my life not being happy with my weight. And, you know, I want to be young and feel like I have enough energy and feel like I'm in good shape and healthy and stuff like that. And, you know, I went through a lot of hard work last year where I had to completely accept myself as I was then. And, you know, I have lost weight since then, but accept myself then and accept my weight and how I looked and things like that then, before I feel like I was ready to do the work. And so that was really healing for me last year. And then, you know, this year, I want to do that even more so. I also want to write, you know, like I feel like next year I really want to focus on my book and see if that's something that I can bring into fruition as a published project. You know, I finished it. Now it's more about editing and tweaking and working on the second book and all of that. So those are the things I want to focus on. And I have this beautiful office. Like, I always told myself if I ever got a published book, or if I ever became a published author, and that was something I did full time, that I would make myself this beautiful office to write in. And I was looking at my office today and I was like, I have that. I have this beautiful office to write in with this computer, and my view is the forest, right? I have that right in front of me, and I have all these magical, beautiful things around me that are infused with positive energy. And yeah, so I already have all those things. Okay, if the angle changed and everything, I'm sorry, my phone overheated. So yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is I just want to be more intentional. Like, this thing I kind of thought of the other day was, I want to perform a love spell on myself every single day, and that's why I'm wearing self-love rose quartz today. What if I performed a love spell on myself every day? If I chose to love myself, if I chose to give myself the reverence and intention that I deserve. So, like, things like working out, eating healthy, drinking lots of water, being kind to myself. If I infuse that into my everyday life, then it becomes a habit, it becomes a daily ritual. So I've been also cleansing myself every day. I've been using Palo Santo to cleanse myself, my hands, my feet, my head, my heart. Cleansing myself every day of negative energy. And also Palo Santo is really good for clearing boundaries, right? It's opening me up to what I want without obstacles. So that's been really beautiful, to have that daily intention of, I'm going to cleanse myself. And it's very I don't know, it's just something that I have to like do. And it again, it's all about intention and ritual. It's like something I have to physically do every day, and it's when you physically do that intentional ritual, it's very powerful in my opinion. So cleansing myself every day has been very important. And I just started my workout again today, which I've already been losing weight because I've been eating more intentional. But I want to add that workout in as well, just to kind of speed up the process. But something I wrote in my journal yesterday was, if you do little things every day, they add up, and then you can look back in a few months and be like, all of those little things brought me to this bigger goal that I want, right? And so for me, that's weight loss right now. My physical temple is a big priority for me right now. And I find when I focus on one thing and I'm kind of really driven to do one thing, a lot of the other stuff is not as important, like acquiring new decks and worrying about how many decks I have and all of that. I've been doing a daily tarot and journaling practice where I pull like a few cards, an oracle card, some tarot cards, and I journal about it. And it's not fancy, it's not aesthetic. I just go into my journal and I write all of my thoughts, and it's been so healing to not do it for the aesthetic purposes and just do it for my own soul. It's been like soul medicine, and I've talked about that with you guys a little bit here and there, as I feel like I need soul medicine. This has been soul medicine for me, coming out into this beautiful nature. I've been doing like quiet time where I come out here and I just like close my eyes and I do this kind of gratitude practice where I think about all the things that I'm grateful for, like the air in my lungs and the roof over my head and the food in my stomach, like just very base things that I feel like get passed over for gratitude. And it's been very healing to come out here and have this as church. Again, soul medicine for me. Yeah, walking around, having the dirt beneath my bare feet and listening to the birds and the wind and the earth. It's just, I love it. Though that's how I want to spend my days. And I've been, I haven't, my screen time has gone down more than it ever has, I think. I got this new phone, which it's funny that getting a new phone actually helped me to get off my phone a lot, because this is a folding flip phone. It's a smartphone still, but it's the Samsung Z Flip 5, and it's closed half the time, and there's like a little screen on the front so I can text my family back and stuff like that, or look at the weather or whatever I need to use my phone for. But it's very, again, it's like that intention thing of me having to open the phone to like really go on it and scroll and things like that, that kind of deters me. Even though it's not that inconvenient, but it's a little inconvenient, and it's like the thought of, if I'm going to open my phone, okay, we're doing this. It's an action. It's not just like picking up my phone and having immediate access. It's more of like a physical thing. So it's been helping me, and I feel free. I feel so free, freer than I've ever been. There's beautiful birds soaring in the sky right now. Like, I could cry because it's just like beautiful. Life is beautiful, and I feel like I've had my eyes closed. I feel like I've been living in a bubble, or like under I don't know, like in a coma, or living in a cloud. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like the fog is lifting, and it's beautiful. You know, I've been reading more, I've been writing, I've just been alone with my own thoughts, and just appreciating what's around me with my eyes instead of being sucked into a little screen. So it's beautiful. I am so like grateful for everything I have, and for all of these thoughts I'm having, and yeah. So I don't know, I just want to be creative. I want to make protective bracelets for my friends and for anybody who wants it. I want to carry crystals in my purse and give them out to people, and I just want to be that witchy friend that keeps like sage in their purse, and like, I don't know, that's what I want to be, and I already am that. And those are just, I want to give good advice, and I want to be somebody that, you know, you look at my life and you want to maybe like be inspired by it, to not be on your phone as much, or to really focus on the little things and be grateful for what we have, you know. Each day is a gift, and I don't intend on wasting it. If you know what that's from, then you're definitely my friend. I don't know, I'm so, I don't know. I guess I'm just grateful that I'm coming to these conclusions and that my eyes are opening, because what if I didn't, you know? What if I was still stuck in those same patterns and those same things that I was stuck in, right? Like, especially, I feel like, you know, I only work part-time, and so I don't make a lot of money, and that's a choice. I could work full-time if I wanted, but I would rather have my time. I would rather have time to do creative things, to write, to bask in the sun. And I am so, like, so incredibly blessed and favored that I get to do that. Yeah, I you know, I believe in karma and all of those. Okay, guys, I came to my office just to kind of end this video and all that, because my phone kept overheating. But yeah, I was going to show you guys, this is the little notebook that I made with stuff I already have in my house, and it just feels really magical, and I can write just all my ramblings on here. I was thinking of just throwing it in my purse and bringing it with me places. So yeah, I hopefully this video wasn't too rambling and weird and that you guys got what I was trying to convey out of it, but life is good and don't squander it on things that don't matter. Like, I was watching a Mistress Ray video today, and she was talking about how she's just come to a better place with her relationship with buying things and all that. And, you know, I feel like more and more of us are starting to realize what's important and what's not. And, yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to get there, right? I have this whole room that is my sacred space. My whole house is my sacred space. But you don't need that. You can use outside. You can use a corner that is yours that you dedicate to an altar space or whatever it is. You don't need a whole room. And so that's again where I'm talking about I have the more than enough thing. I have more than enough. So yeah, if I ever feel like I'm lacking, it's something internal. It's not something that I'm actually lacking unless it's like food or something like that. But any of the physical stuff, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm going full like hippie-ish mode lately and I love it. And I have all of the sacred numbers up here. Angel numbers that I really love as well. And I have that to remind me every single day of synchronicities in the universe. And yeah, another thing that just makes me happy to look at every day that I have in my space that I've made my own. And there's nothing wrong with buying things. I'm not completely going on a no buy or stopping buying things that I want. I'm just realizing that I have enough. And I feel like a lot of people in the tarot community or that watch my videos have more than enough decks. Like, we all have more than enough decks, so maybe this will resonate with you. Like, most of the people that I watch or that watch me don't have just like one deck. We all have a lot. We all have lots of things. So this is not for people that maybe are struggling and don't have very much. This is for people that, you know, you have enough physical things. And there's something to me that's really healing about like depriving yourself, not of like happiness or joy. You know, if buying things makes you happy, okay, I'm not judging on that. Like, I'm totally like the last person to judge there. But it is interesting to test yourself, to push yourself and see like how you would react if those things were taken away from you. So that's why I really like to practice the idea of like, what if I didn't even have the option? What if this is all I had ever and this is like the end, right, of me buying things and I only had to work with what I had in the house? So maybe we can make some kind of challenge for like the rest of the year where we just really use and utilize what's in the house, instead of looking outside or looking even outside of ourselves. Like, a lot of times we have it all within us, right? We don't even need to have it physically in the house. It's like more of a thing to work on internally. So maybe that can be like a challenge or something that I do. I don't know. But yeah, that's just where I'm at. And it took me a long time to get here. And so I understand if you're kind of like not in this place. Because, you know, this is just something I've recently come to terms with myself. But yeah, and some people might not even have the issue of like overbuying or feeling like you don't have enough constantly with all of the ads. Like, I feel like maybe I'm just easily influenced, or the way my mind works is like, I feel like I don't have enough if I don't have this one thing that I see an ad for, that I see somebody talk about. It's very, you know, like, I have this issue, like my phone addiction. Some people don't have it. Like, my husband, he's like, you know, I'm never on my phone. Like, it's just something I personally dealt with. So I know it's not everybody. You know, some people use their phone very intentionally. They don't have a scrolling issue, or if they do, they don't feel like it causes them distress. For me, it was causing me distress. So that's where I needed to stop it. So yeah, obviously everybody's different, and so everybody's going to react to this video differently or agree or disagree, and that's fine. So yeah, I just want to share where I'm at, and I would love to hear if anybody's kind of in a similar boat or not, or just your opinions, all of that. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I wonder if we should pull a card just as a closing here. You know what, I'm gonna use this one. This is my Graveyards and Ghosts deck that I made myself. You'll see this video before. I've been trying to get it uploaded for sale on Playing Cards, and they've been giving me issues. So keep an eye out for the video on my channel where I'm talking about this deck. if you're interested in it. But yeah. All right. So, what's a closing message we can have today for what I was talking about? Okay, so we got 2. So we have psychic, listen to your intuition. So I think that really, that goes along with what I was saying, is listening to what's inside and not out looking for things externally, but looking internally. And then we have solitude, alone, not lonely. And this is something that I have been really resonating with a lot lately, is going on my own hermit journey, because the hermit to me is all about solitude. So again, I've been getting the hermit a lot, but it's about going on my own journey within. I've been doing a lot of this work on my own. A lot of times, that's kind of how it has to be, going on a inner journey. So introspection, all of that. So alone, not lonely. Just because you are alone does not mean you are lonely. And I know personally I resonate with that a lot, because I like to be alone, and sometimes I feel like I need to have more friends or more people around me because of society, and not because that's actually what I want. And that's something that I'm accepting about myself and loving about myself, is that I like to be alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not lonely because I want to be alone. I like my own company, right? So that's what I'm leaving you with today, guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.